What's up everybody? Bell has just released the new Full10 Spherical downhill helmet. Today we're gonna do a tech check, open this bag up and show you what the new helmet's all about. So let's get into the Full10. It comes obviously in this very nice carrying bag. We've got 40mm and 45mm adjustable cheek pads there, as well as a breakaway action camera mount that clips in here just above the helmet. Really nice feature, so you don't have to worry about blocking your vision under the visor or sticking things on your helmet, and you still have a nice little bit of safety knowing that thing will break away. Speaking of safety, that is what this helmet is all about, and really what helmets should be all about, right? So let's get into kind of the biggest, newest thing about the Full10 Spherical, and that is the Spherical MIPS partnership here. This essentially is a ball and socket attachment, which has a cradle, I guess I'll call it, on the outside shell of the helmet, and an internal bucket that sits inside and rotates. And that ball and socket, is attached on both the outside shell and the inner liner, and it sort of works as a decelerating brake, if you want to call it that. And essentially, what scientists and tests have found is that the brain sliding around inside the skull is what causes the most severe trauma to the brain. And so by having this brake inside the helmet, they're hoping to mitigate and slow down that energy and that inertia with that ball and socket, and it just can spin inside the shell of that helmet. These are easily removable magnetic cheek pads with the helmet on or off, and we'll pull those out just so you can see a little better inside the helmet. But you can see here how much this moves around 360 degrees. So it's not just front and back, because obviously our heads hit the ground in a number of different directions. So having this ability to move in 360 degrees helps keep this inner part of the helmet soft and compliant. Bell uses EPP and EPS foam. Again, high speed and low speed, or concussive and subconcussive protection. So you don't just have to have a really hard helmet that'll protect you if you hit the ground at 40 miles an hour, but you're still getting micro trauma every time you hit a tree branch at 15 miles an hour, or just tip over because you couldn't get your foot unclipped. So it's really neat to see the evolution in helmet technology, right? As we learn more about brain injuries and safety, it's cool to see that tech coming out in products. So moving away from what that spherical system is that Bell has created in partnership with Giro and MIPS, we'll get into the thermal exchange airflow system. Now, being that there are two separate layers between the inner and outer shell of that helmet, Bell has been able to create airflow channels that allow air to pass through. It's really neat to be able to see how the air kind of moves and flows through the helmet. You've got 13 chin bar vents. There are 3 intake vents, as well as 5 outflow vents out back. And again, the goal here is to allow air to enter, flow through and around the head, and pull that heat out the back. As of most of our riding conditions have been in the winter months, we can't totally give you a long-term review on this helmet yet, because this isn't that video, but it seems to be working pretty well. However, we are excited for bike park season to open up and see how this thing does once the temperatures rise. So speaking of rising temperatures and sweaty, dusty days in the bike park, obviously showed you guys how easily these cheek pads were removed. Bell uses their Ionic Plus material. It is an antimicrobial comfort padding that is on the chin strap as well as inner liners of the helmet. It is all washable, safe, so if you're someone that regularly likes to take your helmet apart, clean it, wash it, and keep it fresh, no worries there. As far as closure of the helmet system, Bell uses a traditional D-ring system as well, as you can see, a rather strong magnet. So once you run it through that D-ring and enclose that. You can use this magnet here as a retainer so that any excess in the helmet doesn't just dangle around and flop. It stays nicely put and right up there against that magnet. So there you can see, nicely put together, easily accessible. It's got a nice little hoop, so even if you've got a glove, you can reach in there, disconnect that magnet, pull the D-ring out. We are fans of D-rings. It's a tried and true system. It works. And you know, after decades of using it, we find that it's not too hard to use and probably is our preferred safety method of enclosure. So moving into some of the other features of the helmet, it is a unidirectional carbon shell, which uses progressive layering. It has a panoramic goggle port for a wide field of view for a number of different goggle brands and uses. And it also has a fully adjustable Skybridge visor. So as we said earlier, the Full10 Spherical is available in 4 colors. It retails for $600 and is both NTA 8776 e-bike certified, CPSC certified, as well as ASTM DH and BMX certified. So all in all, this helmet has passed all the important tests to let you know you're ready to ride no matter what your discipline is. So we have both a medium and an extra large for our 2 riders. The medium weighs in at 1,000 grams, and this extra large here weighs in at 1,162 grams. Now this video is sort of a tech check, unboxing, first look, so you guys can check this helmet out, you know, in motion, see it on, as well as give you some first impressions. Again, we haven't had a ton of time in the 2 helmets we've received just yet, but we look forward to putting a lot more laps and time in these before we get back to you with our long-term review. So what are the initial impressions from our test riders? It is good so far. Both the riders in the medium and the extra large helmet noted that putting the helmet on and taking the helmet off is tight. It is a squeeze to get your head in there. However, once your head's inside the helmet, it is very comfortable. It feels very safe. It's quiet inside the helmet, and overall, they've been really stoked with how it feels once it's on your head. Field of view is good. Goggle compatibility has been good as well. There hasn't really been any real issues so far. Sour Patch, who's been riding the extra large here, says that the first ride or 2, he noticed there was a little bit of clicking noise from the magnets, only in a couple of situations when he was climbing. So those could have possibly just not been seated correctly all the way. We're not totally sure because it seems to have gone away in our first couple of rides. So that's something worth checking just to make sure that, you know, the surfaces of the magnets on both ends are clean. There's not any debris or anything in there. But other than that, there's no real issues or concerns that our riders have had so far. We definitely look forward to not crashing in the helmet and reporting on how safe it is, but letting you guys know how well the ventilation is, how the comfort and the long-term wearability is as bike parks seasons start to approach and give us some good dirt. Everybody pray for dirt. Let's hope these places open up soon. Thank you guys very much for watching. We hope you enjoyed the video. Please ask any questions you have down below. Let us know if you think this is a helmet you might be interested in or what you'd like to see us compare this to for a future review. Thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you out on the trails.